You're an inspiration to our entire organization.
Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. We're going to be talking the done-for-you marketing and sales strategies proven to work with boutique fitness gyms to increase quality lead flow and grow your revenue. Don't try to be a professional marketer and waste tons of money. Let the experts at Lasso do it for you. And now, here are your hosts, Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast. Today, we are going to do another practical episode. I'm going to show you how to set up your audiences, what to do and what not to do. So we have tested a lot of different things. If you've been in Facebook Ads Manager, you've seen a lot of new things come out, advanced targeting, telling you it's going to lower like 10%, all these different things with audiences. So I want to go over the setup to set you up for best success within terms, and this is for gyms, not e-commerce, just to be clear. So I just want to be clear that this is not e-commerce advice where you would see a lot of different advice. And we've spent over, at this point, $3 million in Facebook ads and spend a good $100,000 a month. So let me share my screen here. And if you're watching on YouTube, see this. And if you're not watching, go check out our YouTube channel and you'll be able to see exactly how I would set up an ad. So up here, you will see the advanced leads campaign is on there. This is Facebook's new way. It'll say that it gets you like 10% better leads. What we have found is there's a couple things you can do with this. So I would actually limit the ads, because with this, if you just set your minimum age and distance, it's going to go outside of that. And if it finds people older than what you set the parameters for, it's going to push it to more of that. So I like to limit the ads. And then for the limit on the reach, I want to be specific on who we're going after. So I'm just going to use where I live. I'm not going to put my address in there, but let's just say I have a gym. It's not where I am. Okay. Let's say I have a gym up here. I'm going to do a 5-mile radius there. And then if you go down to ages, let's say my clientele ranges from 28 to 45. You will see under this use this suggestion, this would mean it could go outside of that. What we have found is that it goes drastically outside of this and gets tons of 64 plus. So definitely turn that off. Now, if your certain ad is going towards, if you're using a male picture, female picture, you want to click on, that gender, male or women. And then what you want to do is turn off suggestion again, so it doesn't go to males. If you're using a video with both male and females, you can just click all on there. So the next thing you always want to turn, especially if you're not bilingual, type in English here. That should diminish outside of English speaking. Lastly, you have custom audiences. Now, this is where you can do your retargeting. You could add in, for example, people that have engaged with your Instagram, Facebook. And as long as these parameters are up here are not turned on, that's not suggestion. And then you have your distance there. This is one area I would actually, if you're using like website, Facebook, things like that, you could actually turn that on. Meaning, if I'm only retargeting people that have been through, Instagram and Facebook, I only have like 1,000 people. You really want an audience, probably minimum, 20,000 to 50,000. If you're super rural, then you're just, that's who's there. But if this is not on, it's going to say this is too narrow. And then if I take those custom audiences off there, you will see now it's 55 to 61,000. We also do targeting based on income. So I could add those income audiences there. And let's say this is for a personal training facility and I'm adding income-based audiences. I may not actually want to go any further. I want these only people with high income to see my ad. So therefore, I'm going to turn this, make sure this is not on. So now you can see the audience size. I took off over 20,000 people, or I'm sorry, 40,000 people. I went from 50,000 down to 11,000 there. So you can see 40,000 people are not in that audience anymore. Facebook does not let you target based on income just within the platform. You have to get a separate software to do so. So really this comes down to, are you doing more for like group classes? Keep it broad. If you're doing more for, personal training and things like that, you want to narrow that audience and to make sure, and I would even say for personal training, I probably would want to go something like 35 to 59 years old. There, 58, and you can see actually my audience is bigger in that range of where I live. So turn off, I've seen it way too many times. Make sure advanced leads campaign, it's going to tell you it will lower it by 9.7%, but that does not mean that's just saying the cost per result, your cost per lead. That does not mean the lead quality. What we have found spending, like I said, $80,000 to $100,000 a month in Facebook ads is this goes well outside your ages and then stays outside of it, because anytime Facebook figures out these are the type of people that opt in, it's going to push it more to those people that opt in because it feels like that audience is, opting into your ad. And the whole goal of Facebook is to get you the lowest cost per lead, or lowest cost per conversion. It doesn't understand the value of each one. And so that would be something I definitely turn off. So that is how to create your audiences in a simple way. Now, if you're doing website retargeting, there's different things that you can set up within the platform. Like you have make sure I'm sharing again. If you were to want to set up for, say you have a large audience going to your, let's just use Facebook, for example. When you go to set up your audiences here, you can create an audience geared towards, your Instagram account. And then you could do people that have engaged with your Instagram in the last 365 days. And you would just label that audience. You could do that. You could do followers, people that have either visited or following. If you have a large following, you could do that as well. So there's many things you can do that with Facebook. And then website, you would also want to set up, if you do custom audience and get a lot of website traffic, you would just make sure your pixel is opted in there. And then you can do up to 180 days on website. And then you would just label that web traffic. And then the last thing that you could do is you could upload a customer list via CSV and upload that lead list. And you could either create a lookalike audience based on your client list. Usually you need about 1,000 people though, or you could upload a lead list, which is probably the best way to do it, a lead list over the course of the time. Or if you've been in business for a long time and have over 1,000 clients in the length of your having your business, you could do a customer list there. And then when you are in your campaign, you would add that under the custom audience. That is going to be a very small audience, but what you could do is turn on that suggestion, and then that way it goes to those people, but it also goes outside of those people as well. But if you're only wanting to focus on like leads and things like that have previously been in your system, or people that have been interacted with your Instagram or Facebook, you could do that through there and then add that in the custom audience. Hopefully that was helpful for you guys today. Tune in soon and save and share this with another gym owner.
Yeah. Thank you for listening to the Gym Marketing Made Simple podcast with Blake Ruff and Sherman Merricks. We hope you enjoyed. We believe marketing should increase revenue and not waste money. So book your free call today. Head on over to lassoframework.com. That's lassoframework.com and find the right words, get more customers, and increase your revenue. We'll see you here next time.